innocent day or night. Welcome back to my channel. My name is TV, and if you're a true crime lover like me, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As you can see, I am reading my oversized true crime book. So if you like any type of true crime content, I upload true crime cases. I read true crime books. Before we get into today's video, I just want to shout out my first comment winner. Shout out to Pet Perry channel. Thank you so much for being the first comment winner. If any of you guys would like to be the first comment winner, just comment down below, being the first one, and you can be shouted out in one of my upcoming videos. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some true crime time. So I literally forgot what page I was on, so reread that. We stopped right here. Okay. In the 100 years that had passed since Mexico had overthrown Spanish rule, there had been a succession of wars, coups, and power struggles. But by 1910, Mexico had experienced over 30 years of stability under its strong-arm president, Porfirio Diaz. That was about to come to an end. In the election of 1910, Diaz declared himself the winner by an almost unanimous vote. It was a blatant fraud, which the people did not accept. Riots broke out. Armed insurrection began, and among the many who took up arms were Emilio Zapata, the Tiger, aka the Tiger. They called him the Tiger. And Jose, I thought this had Dorito. Arambola, better known as Pancho Villa. Both men were champions of the poor, the peonies, and I'm not sure what that says. I'm not sure. Both had a natural genius for the art of warfare. Both achieved lasting fame, becoming the heroes of many books, films, and songs. And both the men were to die by assassination. They were almost exact contemporaries, but came from very different backgrounds. Zapata was the son of an independent ranchero, a man never in danger of poverty. Villa, on the other hand, was a poor sharecropper. Zapata had already spent time campaigning for the rights of villagers and the redistribution of land under the slogan "Land and Free." revolution broke out, both men placed themselves in the service of Francisco Madero, one of several candidates for the Mexican presidency. They had immediate success, most famously Villa's victory at the First Battle of Juarez, which his Army of the North inflicted a crushing defeat on the conscript armies of Diaz. Significantly, in the light of what was to come, there was a U.S. presence at the battle, a group of Americans viewing the fight from the top of the railroad boxcars in El Paso. Emilio Zapata and Pancho Villa, January 2nd, 1915. Oh my God, 1915. Madero became president, but not for long. In his service was General Victoriano Huerta, a man already conspiring with Felix Diaz, the son of the ex-president and U.S. Ambassador Henry Lane Wilson, to make himself dictator of Mexico. Huerta crushed a rebellion against Madero, but in 1913 proclaimed himself president, ordered the assassination of Madero, and put an end to all land reforms. Zapata and Villa now took up the cause of another presidential candidate, Carranza. This was beginning of the golden age of Zapata and Villa, widely acclaimed as champions of the poor, and with the ranks of their separate armies smelled with angry peasants. Their exploits were celebrated at home and abroad. They look just like cowboys. Cowboys. Oh my God, he's getting shot. Oh no. Oh no. We can't see that. He has his cowboy outfit on, it looks. Let's turn the page. It was the last summer of the age of cavalry, mounted on fine horses. The well-armed achieved the status of latter-day Robin Hoods, stealing from the rich to give to the poor. Woodrow Wilson, newly elected president of the United States, dismissed Ambassador Wilson and took up the cause of Carranza, halting the supply of foreign arms and ammunition to Huerta by blockading the port of Veracruz, while Zapata controlled the south. Juarez, Tierra Blanca, Chihuahua, and Naja. In December 1914, Zapata and Villa met for the first time and made their historic entry into Mexico City. The following year, Carranza was recognized as President of Mexico by the United States and several Latin American countries. Huerta left Mexico and went into exile on July 14th, 1914. bout of success came splits and recriminations between Carranza and his two great generals. For a while, Wilson continued to support Villa, but the Villistas suffered defeats. In 1916, Villa led his men into New Mexico, attacking the town of Columbus and killing 10 American soldiers and 8 civilians. With Carranza's approval, Wilson sent an army of 11,000 men under General Pershing across the border into Mexico to hunt down Villa. They never succeeded in finding him, and the U.S. troops were withdrawn in 1917 when they were needed on the battlefields of Europe. Zapata survived another 5 years before being lured into an ambush by Colonel Jesus. The colonel had intimated that he wished to join Zapato's revolutionaries, but when Zapata arrived at the meeting place, he was gunned down. Villa went into semi-retirement and survived until 1923, when he was assassinated while sitting in his car in Parral, Chihuahua. That's the American flag, the American flag, American flag, American flag. Let's go to the next page. John Dillinger. John Dillinger. Comment down below if you ever heard of John Dillinger. I think he was a part of the mob, if I'm not mistaken. But I've definitely heard of him. He was definitely a wanted man. John Dillinger was a good-looking guy, a ladies' man with a smell not unlike that of Frank Sinatra. Unlike Frank, however, Dillinger neither drank nor smoked, and claimed that his one bad habit was robbing banks, a habit he picked up late in his short life. He was the archetypal American gangster of the 1930s, fearless, ruthless, always with a rod on one arm and a Tommy gun tucked under the other. Although he had been a rebellious youth, it was not until he deserted from the U.S. Navy that Dillinger turned to crime. In September 1924, he stole $555 from a local grocer in his hometown of Morrisville, and that was probably a lot of money back in the day. He was arrested, convicted, and sent to Michigan State Prison for the next 8 years. He was released on parole in May of 1933 and spent the rest of his life on the run. The desperate spree began when Dillinger and 2 ex-cons named John Hamilton and Harry Pierpont robbed a number of banks in Indiana and Ohio. Dillinger was caught, but Hamilton and Pierpont broke into the jail where he was held and freed him. The 3 men then broke into 2 Indiana police stations to obtain fresh supplies of guns and bulletproof vests. For 3 months, the robberies continued, but big trouble started in January 1934 when Dillinger killed a policeman during a bank raid in East Chicago. He had hit the big time. The posters were all over the states. Dillinger was public enemy number one. He was recognized and arrested in Tucson, Arizona, and given a 20-year sentence. Just 2 weeks later, however, he escaped from jail again. Oh my God. Forcing the guards to back off by brandishing a wooden pistol he had hand carved and smeared with boot polish. Oh my God. This guy was ruthless. He was ruthless. He tried to disguise his good looks, growing a mustache and having a facelift. He also bathed his fingertips in acid to destroy his fingerprints. Oh my God. The raiding and killing continued. So this picture was taken while he was on the run. Acting on a tip from the wife of Dillinger's landlord on March 31st, 1934, the police in St. Paul, Minnesota set up an ambush, but Dillinger and two accomplices managed to shoot their way out. On April 23rd, Dillinger escaped two more posses, killing two policemen and wounding 5 others. The end was very near. Chicago police pursued a prostitute named Anna Sage to befriend Dillinger. On the night of July 22nd, 1934, Dillinger and Sage went to a movie theater to see Clark Campbell play the part of a gangster in a film called Manhattan Melodrama. Sage wore a bright red dress so that she would be clearly recognized by the police waiting outside. As Dillinger came out, one of the cops called his name, John. Dillinger turned and was gunned down in a hail of bullets. At this time, he was wanted for 16 murders. Oh my God. This was John Dillinger as an 8-year-old boy on his dad's farm. He looked very, 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 very upset. Don't shoot, I ain't Dillinger. That's hilarious. His wanted poster. He was wanted for $10,000. Oh my God, that was so much money back in the day. And his description. Oh, Dillinger is handcuffed. Dillinger is actually handcuffed to the police. Oh my God. Carol Holby with the defense attorney Joseph Ryan. Wow, that's crazy. That's so crazy. Okay, let's turn the page. In the early 1930s, well, first off, that's the era of the gunman. In the early 1930s, hoodlums and bank robbers, gunmen and gangsters acquired celebrity status. In the poorer parts of the United States, where the Depression had hit the hardest, the exploits of such men as Pretty Boy Floyd, Frank Jelly Nash, Machine Gun Kelly, Alvin Creepy Carvis, Anna Ma Parker and her gang, Ma Parker, filled the newspaper front pages. I think Ma Parker had 2 sons, if I'm not mistaken, and basically all 3 of them were like doing killing sprees. Brighton, the tribe, lives off the dirt farmers and sharecroppers, hobos and migrant workers. a buzz to life. It was also the era of the young FBI of the G-men, who were given the name by Machine Gun Kelly, or so it is said, and the public enemy number one, who topped the nation's list of wanted men and women in much the same way as a band or singer tops the charts today. The battle between law enforcement and serious crime was personal, with insults traded at a distance between the head of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, and whoever was considered villain of the month, like boxers at the weigh-in before a fight. The criminals themselves were larger than life, colorful characters who managed to break a jail, avoid capture, slip through the net with astonishing ease. They also led charmed lives for a while. Legs Diamond survived so many bullets in him. 5 in one night from Dutch Schultz boys, and so many attempts on his life between 1919 and 1931, when he was finally gunned down by rivals in Albany, New York, that he was nicknamed the clay pigeon of the underworld. Okay, how do you get shot 5 times and survive? Like, he wasn't human at all. There's no way. There were also boastful buccaneers, Machine Gun Kelly claimed, erroneously, that the brand new prison built on the island of Alcatraz, especially for the likes of him, would never hold him. An impressive macabre sample of guns and artifacts taken from the collection of Fred and Ma Parker. Oh my God, look how many weapons they have. License plate. Wow. I have no idea what kind of guns these are. Oops. It did. For 17 years, Lester M. Gillis, much known as Babyface Nelson, claimed that he had robbed a bank a day for an entire month, simply to outdo John Dillinger. Pretty Boy Floyd was given the nickname he hated by Ash, the madam of a Kansas City brothel, told him he would never go to prison again after serving his first term. He kept his vow, leaping from a moving train en route to the state penitentiary, wow, and preferring to be mown down by a hail of bullets in an Ohio field than to be captured alive. Such was his fame, 10,000 people filed past his body in the Sturgis Funeral Home, East Liverpool, on the evening on his death, at the rate of 50 a minute, and 20,000 attended his funeral. So this was a wanted poster for Babyface Nelson. Lester M. Gillis, 5,000. Okay, so what's this? Okay, so this was Pretty Boy Floyd with 2 of his admirers. And I'm not sure who these people are, but let's turn the page. So we are going to stop at Bonnie and Clyde. So please make sure you like, comment, for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.